Two and three.
Hello, everyone. Today we are gathered here to discuss, debate, and compare regarding the use of artificial intelligence in education. And for that, we have here Santiago and Oscar, a teacher and a student with two different positions, and they're about to share their opinions and ideas to see how can we as an educational community can reach a conclusion regarding AI in education. So first and foremost, I would like you to tell me what are your concerns or what is your stand regarding the use of AI in education. Teacher Santiago.
Thank you. Personally, I'm not completely in favor of using AI in education, although I recognize that it has some benefits. I think it can negatively affect students' learning. Many students use AI to complete assignments without understanding the content. Instead of rewarding and reading, researching, or thinking critically, they simply copy the answers generated by AI. As a teacher, I worry the students may become dependent on technology and lose important skills such as problem solving, creative, and independent thinking.
Okay, that is a valid concern. As educators, we are really interested in developing cognitive skills and critical thinking. But for example, in the side of a student, Oscar, what do you think about the use of AI? You as a student, are you in favor or are you against?
Okay. Professor Sebastian, definitely I can say that I am totally in favor. Yes. Generative artificial intelligence is not simply another technological innovation. It is a paradigm shifting force that is redefining how humanity learns, creates and solves problems, and generates knowledge from all areas of education. Yes, today it's very common to find students from elementary, high school, university, and at different levels that they, at the moment of they need to do uh, research or they need to look up information, the first option they usually access is artificial intelligence. Yes. So here I have some points. My, oh my, excuse me.
Oh, sure. While you're like organizing your ideas, I would like to ask the both of you if you think because you talk about artificial intelligence as a tool. So I would like you to explain, teacher Santiago and Oscar, if you think that AI should be treated like, for example, a calculator or a dictionary, or do you think that this tool is something like fundamentally and ideologically different? So do you think it's just as a calculator, as a dictionary, or do you think it's more like a monitor or like a learning partner? What do you think?
Well,
I think school, yeah,
So teacher Santiago.
I think schools should establish clear guidelines for the use of AI. Students should use it as support tool, not as replacement for their own work. Teachers can assign activities that encourage critical thinking and require students to explain their reasoning. In addition, students should learn how to verify information from reliable resources instead of accepting everything generated by AI.
Okay, and Oscar, well, you think that you're talking about the benefits. So let me repeat the question. Do you think that AI is just as useful as a calculator, or do you think it's something else? And if you could please elaborate on your point, that would be awesome. So what do you think?
Well, definitely, I can say that is a great app, uh, and it depends because we usually access a ChatGPT, that is a general uh, artificial intelligence, but nowadays we can have a different artificial intelligence with really advanced uses. ChatGPT is in this moment returning, or it is uh, it is being removed from the list of the top artificial intelligence. Yes. So at that point, we can find, of course, paying a paying the membership of the intelligence. We can get really great. My goodness.
Benefits?
Yes, benefits and uses. Yes.
Okay, but could you please elaborate on the front that you have, like those ideas? What do you mean by democratizes access to expertise?
Yes, because as we can, and we have heard the expression, uh, practice makes perfect. So the more you use artificial intelligence, the more you become an expertise on using them, even at the moment of creating prompts. Yes, when you start using it, of course you're going to give really basic and general instructions. Nowadays, as my personal experience, I am creating prompts that they are more elaborated, more specific, with more details, and day by day, I am getting basically what I really need and what I really have in mind.
Okay, so nowadays you are like more proficient in the use of artificial intelligence in education, right?
Artificial.
But Teacher Santiago talks about how he worries, and teachers in general worry about how students might become dependent on these tools. So let me ask you this, Oscar. What do you think should be the duties and responsibilities of students when in artificial intelligence? And then I'm going to ask a similar question regarding teachers to Teacher Santiago. So what do you think should be the students' responsibility?
Okay, first of all, uh, as I can have here, yes, one of the greatest situation with the artificial intelligence accelerated knowledge production, and is that through artificial intelligence we can get massive information. So the first thing is that we need to cut, to divide, and to split different sections. And number one, go to a different a source in order to confirm that the information that is given by the artificial intelligence is a fact, is real.
Okay, so one of the responsibilities would be to contrast information, like
For
do not
sure.
take for granted what you get from artificial intelligence. Let me ask the question to teacher Santiago. Do you think there is a situation or a case in which a teacher should consider AI like the best option? And if so, what do you think are the responsibilities of teachers when using AI?
I honestly, I think that we are not we not have to use at all artificial intelligence, because when we're using, we're stopping to thinking. Therefore, I think so that if we're going to use artificial intelligence, is when we have to do very long research or very difficult work. But when you're studying or doing projects like essays, answer homework questions, or even projects without making any efforts, your learning is not significant.
So
Therefore,
it's not
students
meaningful.
is not meaningful. Exactly, indeed. They are not thinking, they're not using their mind, their brain, and they're not making any effort to learn. Therefore, they're they're doing a dishonesty effort, this very dishonesty. And as a teacher, you need to put that, or you need to use AI as a way to make easier your work, but it's not making easier the work of students because they need to learn, and then after learn, they we can use their knowledge to use AI to create their own work, not using AI to create knowledge that they don't have, they don't manage well. Therefore, I think so that AI as a student, they don't need to use at all.
Okay,
They
but
need
let me make this case because there is an excellent example to explain how artificial intelligence, whether we like it or not, is around us, like it's everywhere. When you are doing a research on Google, Google uses AI to curate the information the app considers is relevant. So even though it's not like your purpose or your intention to use artificial intelligence to curate your information or to do research, it's there. So I also believe, as an expert and as a professional of artificial intelligence in education, that is more of something like it's inevitable for teachers and for students to use it. Like even though if you don't want to use it, it's everywhere. So it's in apps, it's in the healthcare system, is in media, is on technology. So what do you think should be like, this is a question for both of you. What do you think should be like a middle ground, like an agreement between students and teachers when you want to use artificial intelligence? Like, what can you accept as a teacher and what can you compromise on as a student when we're talking about AI in education? Oscar, what do you think? What is the middle ground?
Whoosh, Professor Sanchez, it's really hard, but I would say that the first thing it would be ethics.
Ethics. Yes, that is an interesting point. Please elaborate.
In my case, I use artificial intelligence a lot for different writing assignments that I have. It helps me to create different projects, but we need to put a step aside and not just copy paste. I had an experience that it was really weird because I just copy paste and I didn't read the information. Later on, that I had the opportunity to check what I had sent in that project, I realized that there were many things that they were literal, not coherent. So artificial intelligence, as it is said itself in the name, it is intelligence, but sometimes we need to include in our minds that word artificial, and we need to control the information and the knowledge confirm what we are going to work. Some of my classmates, they use it like I explained, copy paste, and they write name, and that's all. But I think that is necessary if we want to have a real process, and more than that, and a real helpful hand from the artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you very much. That is an excellent case and an excellent conclusion. So, teacher Santiago, let me ask you this just to close this debate because we are reaching the final moment of this intervention. Um, you be like willing or eager to let students use artificial intelligence in your class? And if so, what do you think should be the conditions to ensure meaningful learning? Like for you as a teacher, what is important for students to have in mind when using AI in their learning process?
And I think so that Oscar ideas they are very important too, as ethical. And I think if we're using artificial intelligence is like a tool and is not intelligence that we need to use to create our own work. So I'm we use like a tool, so they can use it to make some summarize, to use to organize some ideas, but no to make it a completely work. So I'm going to say yeah, use the artificial intelligence to organize your ideas or may I summarize because this is a very long um, article or blog or video. So make this summarize, but you need to use your own words, your own words to make or make sure that you understand the topic and you are using the correctly way of artificial intelligence.
Okay, that is also an excellent conclusion. Thank you very much, teacher Santiago. Yeah, I agree. You can ask AI to help you study for a presentation, but AI will not present for you. So it's very important to have that in mind. So we can all agree just that we are closing this debate that one of the main things that we need when using AI in education is regulation, right? Regulation, critical thinking, and ethics, just for the sake of learning and for the sake of the students and for the sake of that um, our educational communities have some meaningful process for learning and for teaching. Thank you very much for your intervention. This is really meaningful, and I hope you all have an incredible day. Bye bye.
Okay, Professor, thank you very much. Have an excellent day.
Likewise.